Friends, we can all see that many white bloggers have millions of followers. Please support me too, because my followers are still few. Black bloggers also deserve to be famous. Raised fist medium dark skin tone. My friends, let's unite and lift each other up. Please press subscribe button and like. In the heart of a pristine Florida neighborhood, where the sun-drenched streets were lined with swaying palm trees and perfectly manicured lawns, a quiet storm was brewing. Retired Navy SEAL Chuck Morgan, a man who had faced combat deployments and emerged victorious, was about to discover that his next battle would be fought not on foreign soil, but right on his doorstep. He watched from his kitchen window as his wife, Julia, knelt in their garden bed, her peaceful morning shattered by the sight of a bright yellow violation notice plastered to their fence. It was a bureaucratic scarlet letter from the Homeowners Association, or HOA, a declaration of war over a fence height violation. Julia read the notice aloud, her voice tinged with disbelief. Compliance required within 72 hours or face escalated enforcement. Chuck's blood boiled. He had survived combat only to be confronted by HOA tyrants who wielded rulers and clipboards like weapons. As Julia began recording the absurdity on her phone, two men approached, their tactical vests looking more like Halloween costumes than official gear. They swaggered across the lawn, exuding an air of misplaced authority. Chuck's instincts kicked in. He assessed the threat, his military training taking over. As the men barked orders for Julia to stop recording, he stepped outside, the air thick with tension. Their confidence faltered as they realized they were no longer in control. "Stand down. You just assaulted my wife," Chuck said, his voice calm but laced with danger. The taller of the two, Vince, charged at him, but Chuck sidestepped effortlessly. The man stumbled, crashing into the steps while his partner, Tony, swung wildly, missing his mark entirely. In a matter of seconds, Chuck swiftly incapacitated both men, leaving them writhing on the lawn as the wail of sirens echoed in the distance. As the neighborhood began to stir, Chuck noticed something glinting in the grass. Vince's phone. A text message lit up the screen. "Boss lady use force if needed." The timestamp revealed it had been sent just minutes before the assault. Chuck's mind raced. Who was this boss lady? And what else had she planned? With Julia's bruised cheek as their motivation, Chuck and his neighbor, Ray Delgado, a retired cop, dug into the community compliance group, the organization behind the attack. Their findings were shocking. The HOA president, Jennifer Allen, had been using her position to manipulate and intimidate residents. They uncovered a history of her targeting military families, exploiting their vulnerabilities for her own gain. Meanwhile, the neighborhood was buzzing with rumors. Agnes, their elderly neighbor, who had been spying for Jennifer, had a change of heart after a heartfelt conversation with Julia. She decided to switch sides, armed with evidence of Jennifer's manipulations. The atmosphere at the next HOA meeting was electric. Chuck took the podium, presenting the evidence like a military briefing. Julia's assault video played on the big screen, eliciting gasps from the crowd. Agnes's meticulous documentation revealed Jennifer's systematic targeting of neighbors, and a recorded confession from a co-conspirator exposed her true nature. Jennifer's facade crumbled as the community voted overwhelmingly to remove her from power. But as she was escorted out, she delivered a chilling warning. "You have no idea what's coming," she hissed, her eyes wild with desperation. "Phase 3 is activated." Chuck's heart sank. Just as the community celebrated their victory, a text message buzzed on his phone, sending a chill down his spine. "Your wife teaches at Sunset Elementary. Kids are so vulnerable at 3:15 dismissal." The threat was real and deeply personal. Chuck and Ray sprang into action, coordinated with local authorities to ensure the school's safety. They knew Jennifer had crossed a line, and her next move could be catastrophic. The courthouse was packed for the trial. Chuck and Julia stood united, ready to face the woman who had tried to destroy their lives. As evidence was presented, the truth about Jennifer's manipulations came to light. The judge's expression shifted from skepticism to shock. When the verdict was delivered, guilty on all counts, including harassment, intimidation, and making terroristic threats, Chuck felt a wave of relief wash over him. But as she was led away, another text message arrived from an unknown number. "You think you've won? Phase 3 is just beginning. I have eyes everywhere. Chuck and Julia exchanged worried glances. They had underestimated Jennifer's resolve. The stakes had never been higher. They were no longer just fighting for their own safety. They were fighting for the entire neighborhood. As they prepared for the battle ahead, they knew the real fight was just beginning. The question loomed in the shadows. What would Jennifer's Phase 3 entail, and how far was she willing to go to reclaim her power?